Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. My name is Amy Vishwanatha and you're watching Indian Movie Music Lover. Over the last couple months, my husband has been telling me that I really need to watch a Darshan movie. And the first movie I watched with him was Robert. But that is not the movie I am talking about today. A couple weeks back, I actually put a tweet out there talking about how I had just watched Robert, and suddenly a message popped up for me from someone called DBoss Superior with this suggestion. He told me I would surely love this movie, but there was one problem. Wherever I looked, I could not find it with any subtitles. But somehow my husband found a version of it for me, which does have subtitles. By this time, the search had gone on for a few days, and when he told me he found it, I was really excited. As you probably have guessed from the title, I am actually going to review the movie Navagraha. This movie released in 2008, and to me, that means this must be a classic Darshan movie. Also, something else intrigued me about this movie. It is totally filmed in and around Mysore Palace, and I have such fond memories of visiting there in 2004, and I really want to go back there and visit it again. So watching this gave me a much needed glimpse back into Mysore Palace. So Jagu, played by Darshan, of course, along with 8 other actors, all represent 9 planets that kind of have somewhat of a, I guess you would say, curse on them. So a Don gets Jagu out of jail so he can steal an unstealable item,
$20 million.
the 700 plus kg palanquin of Mysore Palace. I enjoyed how the movie started. I enjoyed how everything unfolded. It all made sense and there was no confusion. It didn't feel convoluted at all. It moved along smoothly and all the pieces fell right into place. And I had no real questions as they were all answered as the movie progressed. So overall, I would say this was a good storyline and a great execution of the storyboard. Darshan, or Jagu, turns out to be a real villain in this, which caught me off guard. From the beginning, he seemed to be a genuine brother, a caring friend, and he seemed to share a bond in some way or other with each member of their gang. And also my mind was going another route, like maybe one of the characters actually would turn out to be an informant for the police, but that didn't happen. So when Jagu started shooting people and it was revealed that that's what he wanted to do all along, I really wasn't expecting it. He kept a poker face and did not let on to what was actually coming until almost the end of the movie. So keeping this in mind, I believe that it showed me that Darshan seems to be quite a talented actor. Navagraha was far from boring. It moved at a great pace and it kept my attention the entire time. I did not want to miss anything that was going on, and I loved the music as well. And if you've seen any of my other reviews, you know music is a big thing for me. It had the sound of 80s music that I love, US 80s music. The songs also went along with the story. They told some of the story, and they were not just fillers, as they were even fun. I found myself telling them to hurry up in numerous places and saying some other things to them. And when I start talking to the characters in a movie, that means I've been completely drawn in. When Jagu started killing people and everybody started fighting amongst themselves, I knew this movie could end only one way. I was glad to see that Vicky learned his lesson, he didn't die, and ultimately he did do the right thing. And as soon as they started panning over the cast at the end, where they were all just laying there, I knew something was coming. And that as soon as they got to Jagu's body and they panned up his body and landed on his face, I was waiting for his eye to open, and it did. So this had me questioning, where is part 2? Why hasn't the sequel come out? And I did read a couple of things that said there might be a part 2 in the works. So if anyone has heard that there's going to be a sequel or they know any more about it, please let me know. I think it would be cool if they did do a sequel and somehow they managed to bring some of the cast back. There was one really cool thing that happened in the movie, and my husband explained it to me because I wasn't aware of who everybody was. But at one point in the middle of the movie, they just started showing like an older actor and then one of the characters from this movie. What my husband told me was this movie features 7 sons of 7 villains of Kannada cinema in main roles. That was such a cool idea. If someone asked me whether they should watch this movie or not, I would say yes, yes, yes. This should have been my intro to Darshan. Now I feel like watching more of his classic movies, and I can understand why so many of you are his fans. His performance had me fooled well into the second half. If you haven't seen it, I think you should. So, what is your favorite Darshan movie? That is all I have for today. Thank you for joining me. Please share this video with your friends, and as always, have a film-tastic day.